Welcome back everyone to another video, and inside of this video what I'm going to be covering for you is really the full truth behind whether or not selling on Amazon is actually saturated or too saturated in 2025. And I'm going to be fully honest with you. I'm going to tell you everything in regards to whether or not Amazon is still a gold mine and what my game plan is to continuously hit over $100,000 in revenue every single month with my own personal Amazon business, so that way hopefully you can do it yourself too. So what I'm going to do with you inside of this video is I'm going to explain to you two different things. First, I'm going to walk you through why exactly selling on Amazon and people thinking that it's too saturated is not the actual reality of what people might believe. And then more so behind that, I'm going to back everything up in which I'm telling you right now with data. I'm going to give you the stats. I'm going to give you the raw data behind how Amazon is growing as a company and how that affects us as Amazon sellers, and if you want to be an Amazon seller in 2025. You can hear me talk all day in regards to how selling on Amazon isn't saturated, and trust me, this is based on my 4 years experience and now coaching over 600 people with their own Amazon stores. I know exactly what I'm talking about, but sometimes that's not enough for a lot of people. So I'd rather just let the data do a lot more of the talking. But first, getting into the mindset side of things. So when we talk about the concept of saturation, or that the fact that it's too competitive, or there's not enough opportunity out there for someone to make money on a platform like Amazon, that is truthfully just more of a mindset thing than anything else. You've been brainwashed, you've been told, you've been tricked through the other YouTube videos out there and other people that are selling courses and other different programs and other different industries that you should not sell on Amazon because too many people are doing it. But I want to put this into perspective for you, because your mind has been plagued in regards to the fact that this doesn't work, and selling on Amazon in 2025 isn't exactly the best route to go if you want to make additional income, let's say, for example. I heard the same thing in 2024, and now I'm hearing the same thing in 2025. But think about it from this perspective. Over the last 4 years that I've been running my mentorship program, where I've personally taken my own experiences and mentored people one-on-one to help build and scale their new Amazon businesses. I've done this for 4 years, and I've done this for over 600 people, 612 people to be exact. That in itself should put it in perspective for you that if selling on Amazon was in fact saturated, or if it was too competitive, then how can I continuously be producing results over results over results every single day, every single month, every single year for the last 4 years that I've been running this Amazon coaching program? Or even yet, how is it even possible that I've been able to grow my own Amazon store as well, consistently above 20% increases year over year? Take someone like Ray that did $100,000 in 12 months with his Amazon business. Take someone like Arzu, let's say, for example, that just started last week and made her first couple of sales this week, and the products are now officially delivered. I don't tell you this to boast about my mentorship program. I tell you this to show you that it's possible because of the process and the systems that all of these people have followed along with. When a lot of people tell you that something isn't saturated or it's too competitive, they may not entirely be knowing 110% what they're talking about or have real life experience going through that process themselves. Now, to add to that, what I want you to do is I want you to think about the most wealthiest people in the world. I want you to think about Jeff Bezos. I want you to think about Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, let's say, Alex Hormozi, Jeremy Minor, Grant Cardone, let's say, for example, or even Tony Robbins. Do you think that these people, before they even became big in their realm and they became the biggest influencers and speakers and motivational talk show hosts, that they thought it was too competitive to dominate the industry that they were in? Of course they didn't, because they view the world as abundant in resources, as abundant in opportunities for them to be able to make money. So you can hand someone like Alex Hormozi, or you can hand someone like Grant Cardone or Robert Kiyosaki any specific situation, and I guarantee you that they're going to come out of it even better and make a shitload of money compared to someone who hyper-analyzes and before even diving into something thinks that it's too saturated and it doesn't work. Because that's coming from a scarcity mindset. That's coming from a mindset in which someone doesn't believe that there's enough for them to make money out of it, or there's not enough opportunity for them to leverage. So whoever told you that selling on Amazon is too saturated, or it's too competitive, or it doesn't work in 2025, truthfully, what it probably comes down to is they have a limited mindset, they have no real experience themselves, or they just don't know the right ways to go about selling on Amazon in, let's say, a crowded market. And this is one of the most common things that I see with so many different people who apply to be a part of my mentorship program, that always come to me with the same question. Don't you feel like selling on Amazon is too saturated? Don't you feel like it's too competitive? Too many people are doing it? Well, that's why I want to show you all the data behind it, because truthfully, the data doesn't lie, right? And the proof is in the pudding, especially when you see the numbers from big statistical companies like Statista, let's say, for example, and other resources as well, which I'll get into, that showcase how big Amazon truly is and how much opportunity there is out there. So let's get into the data. All right, so the first thing that we're going to look into is something from the website of cleartheshelf.com. Now, basically what this is this is going to demonstrate to us two things: what the bestseller rank actually is and the total amount of products that are actually sold on Amazon to date. Now, first things first, in terms of the bestseller rank, okay, so this is what us Amazon sellers, what we reference as the BSR. Now, the bestseller rank is basically like a ranking system of what is the top selling product and what is the least selling product in each and every single major category that they have. So in that perspective, what then ends up happening here is the bestseller rank is basically going, the lower the number, the more that product sells in a major category. The higher the number, the less that product sells. So I'll give you an example. If a product category, and this is just a hypothetical, if a product category has 100 products in it and one product, let's say a water bottle, has a BSR of 1, that means that it is the number one top selling product within that product category. Versus if a microwave has a BSR of 100 and there's only 100 products in that major category, then that is the least selling product in that major category. So we utilize the BSR to make more informed listing decisions. And this is something that truthfully every single person can reference when they are actually selling on Amazon. So you don't even need an extension for you to be able to do this. You can just simply go on any single random product that you have on Amazon. Let's say something like this magic bullet here. If I take this magic bullet here, what can then end up happening is I can just scroll down, and as you scroll down to the specific point of what is called the product information or the product details, you continue to scroll down, and then what you can see is every single person has access to this information. Every single consumer does. You can then see what the best seller rank is. And this particular product is 15,802 bestseller rank in the major category of kitchen and dining. Now, the bestseller rank in its subcategory is personal size blenders is 28. Right? So it's 15,000 in the category of kitchen and dining, which may seem like a lot, but truthfully, it's actually really, really good. So let me explain. As we go back to the Clear the Shelf website here, we're going to utilize this US Amazon sales rank chart. Now, this is indicative of all the products that are sold on the US marketplace only. We can do this for the Canadian marketplace as well, the Mexican marketplace, and also the UK marketplace also. But just for simplicity purposes, we're going to stick to the US marketplace. Now, that particular product was sold in home and kitchen. So what this chart does for me is it gives me the categories all on the left here. I can see what the category is, and then it gives me percentages. Top 0.5%, top 1%, top 3%, and so on and so forth. This is basically, again, the ranking system. So all the way on the far right, what you can then see is the total amount of products that are specifically within each and every single major category. So we'll take this specific blender. If we take this blender that we looked at before, that had a 15,000 BSR. So if that product is in the realm of home and kitchen, I can see that the total amount of products in home and kitchen is 169 million different products sold in home and kitchen on Amazon US. So if this product specifically says that the BSR is 15,000, that means that anything from 0 to 830,235 BSR, anything in between that is within the top 0.5% of top products sold in that major category. So to put an example, this blender that has a bestseller rank of 15,000, well, 15,000 is in between 1 and 830,000, of course. So that means that this is a really, really hot selling product. It sells within the top 0.5%. And as you can see, what's really important here is home and kitchen has 169 million different products sold in their product category. One of the most extensive product categories that there is out there where a lot of people can make a lot of money from. But at the end of the day, what I want you to pay attention to, if you take a look at the totals tab all the way on the right hand side, if I scroll all the way down, I can see that there is 901 million products sold on Amazon to date. What this tells me is that there are 901 million different opportunities for me to make money on Amazon. It's that simple. So you're telling me that for people that are saying Amazon is too saturated, they clearly didn't look at the numbers. Because do you think that you can't grab 0.0001% of that 900 million? You telling me that you can't be able to profitably list a product based on those 901 million different products I sold on Amazon to date? You probably could. Again, people don't bother looking further into the data that can allow them to say, you know what, it actually isn't. And everything is all mental. right? What you actually think inside your head is your reality. So if you think selling on Amazon is saturated, it's going to be saturated. If you think Amazon has 900 million different opportunities, then you're going to think of the world of selling on Amazon as abundant, which is what each and every single one of my mentorship students alongside myself believe, because that's the truth. That's the data behind it. So we utilize this chart to get better perspective in regards to how many total products are sold within a product category and how we can make more informed listing decisions. So to that point, this is where we encompass what you guys always hear me call the 70-30 rule. So the 70-30 rule, if you're not aware and you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. 70% of the products that you're going to be selling on Amazon are going to be focused in major categories. The other 30% are going to be focused in more seasonal categories. So I'll put it to you this way. Let's say hypothetically, if I only wanted to sell appliances, well, that means I'm only exposed to 1.66 million products in that product category. Still a lot, right? But I'm narrowing myself down into having a niche store, which is what I don't want. I want to have a general dropshipping store. So in this perspective, what ends up happening is when we implement the 70-30 rule, what this means is we're going to sell products in appliances, but we're also going to sell products in home and kitchen. We're also going to sell products in, let's say, for example, beauty and personal care. We're also going to sell products in office products, and then patio, lawn and garden, and pet supplies. Usually we're going to want to stick to 4 to 5 different major categories. So collectively, I'm adding up the total amount of products to expand my resources, to expand my opportunity, to ensure I'm not narrowing myself down. Because if you narrow yourself down in one particular place too long, that's where saturation is going to come into play. That's where you're going to experience a lot of competitiveness. Versus if you're well diversified, you're going to have no issue in terms of being able to compete on product listings if you're in 4 to 5 different major categories. So the other 30% is where we focus on other things like more seasonal items, things that are more kind of like subcategories, right? So let's say if it's the winter time, something within patio, lawn and garden can be, let's say, ice melt. So salt to melt the ice on people's driveways. Tools and home improvement could be drill sets, let's say, for example, throughout Father's Day, that's going to be coming up. So just to put it in perspective for you all, we utilize a chart like this, and I would say that you should all utilize a chart like this from Clear the Shelf because it is a very good resource. And this is real data that they're providing us with that's live, updated as of November 1st, 2024. Even though we're 2025 right now, still very, very accurate. That lets us know how many total products are actually sold on Amazon and in each and every single product category. So I bet if you're watching this video, you didn't actually realize that there was over 901 million products sold on Amazon today. And you can utilize each and every single one of this for the Canadian marketplace, for the Mexican marketplace, for the UK marketplace, and so on. So we utilize this to make more informed listing decisions. But second to that, we're also going to walk into our next resource that we're going to utilize. And this is done through Capital One Shopping Research. And it's been last updated on January 6, 2025. And right now we are January 30th, 2025 as well. So if we sift through this particular article here, as you can see, there are about 300 million total shoppers make at least one annual purchase from Amazon. So as I break down this article a little bit more, one of the first things that they end up showing us is Amazon's annual consolidated net sales. So this is in billions of dollars, be mindful. So as you can see, the upward trend. If selling on Amazon was too saturated, if it was overly competitive, you would see downward trends. You would not see an upward trends in terms of their total net sales. And the reason for this is because over 60% of Amazon's revenue is generated by third-party sellers like myself. So they are overly reliant on people like me to make them money. And considering that I'm dropshipping on Amazon, I'm not doing Amazon FBA, so I don't need to pay 3 to 4 different fees. I'm more than happy to just pay them simply 15% of a product that I'm selling on the Amazon marketplace. So as you can see here, even if we break that down on a per second basis from 2022 to 2023, as you can see, every single second, Amazon sells $18,226 worth of product. And that was in 2023. 2023, they made a total of 574.8 billion sales. Okay. So as you can see, it's continuously growing year over year. And per minute, it's $1 million per minute that Amazon's making, and we make up 60% of that. So I need you to understand where attention goes, money flows. And that's where we come in and scoop up the amount of organic traffic that's going to the Amazon platform. People don't go to Amazon because it's the cheapest. People don't go to Amazon because it's the best price in the whole entire world. No, consumers are lazy. You and I, we're both lazy to a certain extent. So we're going to go the route with the least amount of friction. That's easy, that's convenient for us. And what that is, the reason why Amazon dominates 34% of the e-commerce market right now is because they've made it very seamless for a customer to be able to kind of come onto the platform, click a button, and then within the next 2 days, the product is directly at their doorstep. So if we continue down throughout this this article, as you can see, Amazon quarterly sales. All right, so in the third fiscal quarter of 2024, Amazon's net sales totaled $158.8 billion worth of product, and it's increased, right, 11% from 2024 Q3 to 2023 Q3 as well. And to that point, Amazon's net sales in 2024 total 147, which was up 10% from 2023. Again, you can't deny the numbers. The proof is in the pudding here. So what ends up happening is, as you can see, right, in Q4 of 2023, Amazon sales totaled 169. It was up 18%. And then in 2023, here, Q3, it was up 13.9% from 2022. Right? So just to put it in perspective, as you can see, the year-over-year growth that Amazon has had continuously, every single year, breaking down quarter by quarter by quarter by quarter, Amazon is continuing to growing, right? As they get bigger, the year-over-year growth obviously is going to get a little bit smaller, right? But that's just normal because they're making $158 billion worth of net sales in a whole entire quarter, let's say, for example. Now, from that point, if we talk about the Amazon shopping statistics, as we can see, 236.2 million shoppers visited Amazon in 1 month. So to put in perspective for you, that's 236 million people that you had the opportunity to sell products to in 1 month alone. And you still think you can't grab a portion of 236 million different customers that are shopping on the Amazon platform. Now, when we get to the marketplace statistics within this Capital One shopping research article here, the third-party sellers have made Amazon home to the largest online third-party marketplace. So yes, it is better than Shopify, eBay, TikTok Shop, if that's even still around at this point, Etsy, and so on and so forth. So you can see that 1.9 million small and medium-sized businesses sell on Amazon as third-party sellers. Amazon partners sold $4.5 billion worth of product in 2023, basically saying 8,600 products per minute. So to put in perspective for you, we make a good portion of Amazon's revenue simply because Amazon likes to encourage people to sell on their platform. Why? Well, it's very simple. From Amazon's perspective, they don't have to do anything else. They're just letting other people sell on their platform and they're bridging the gap. So to that point, when people do FBA, Amazon loves it because they're getting 4 to 5 different fees because you're utilizing fulfillment warehouses. Versus with us, Amazon still gets a portion. They get 15% of every single product sold. So if I have a product that's $100, let's say, for example, Amazon's going to get $15, and my net payout is going to be 85. And as you can see here, to kind of put in perspective about the 60% rule that I mentioned, over 60% of Amazon purchases are from small and medium-sized businesses. So as you can see, we do make up, in fact, and the stat is here, over 60% of Amazon's total amount of products that they end up selling inside of their overall revenue that they make on a year-over-year basis. So with that being said, as you can see, right, how many services have just grown year over year, and it gives us the opportunity as Amazon sellers to be able to just get a bigger piece of the pie at the end of the day. Now, to that point, in case you're thinking about selling on different e-commerce marketplaces as well, as you can see, Amazon has dominated 62.7% of the total e-commerce market throughout 2023. So just to put it in perspective here, where attention goes, money flows. And that's why Amazon is dominating the e-commerce market, because they've got so much attention. They've made it basically seamless for people to buy their products on their platform in a click of a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds even. So again, if you guys want to, feel free to read through this whole entire article, as did I. It's a great resource. It's a little bit more technical. It's more like a corporate report, but it's very, very insightful for people like ourselves and people like you. If you are thinking about, selling on Amazon and you feel like it's too saturated or whatnot, let the numbers do the talking. You don't have to believe me. I'll link this specific article in the description down below so you can take a look at it. And that way you can make it out for yourself if you really want to be a part of, $574.8 billion that Amazon sold in 2023. So with that being said, I really can't give you anything else, or I even can't show you anything else in regards to why selling on Amazon in 2025 is not saturated. It's not overly competitive. It just more so has to do with the fact of how you're thinking about it, your mindset behind the game of selling products on Amazon, and also to that point, the strategies that you have in place that may or may not lead you to thinking that Amazon is saturated or whether or not it does or doesn't work. So, in truth be told, what I'm going to be doing in 2025 to ensure that I'm getting the most piece of the pie that I possibly can from the amount of money that Amazon's making is a couple of different things. So first, I am going to be taking extreme attention attention to detail with everything pertaining to my account health, right? This is something that a lot of people neglect. There's a lot of things that your top Amazon gurus are not going to be talking about is your account health and why it's so important, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like your bloodline, right? It's how you take care of your physical health as a human being. If you don't work out, if you don't eat the right types of food, you're not going to live long. And the same concept applies from when you're selling on Amazon. You got to take care of your account health metrics, because if you don't, then you're necessarily not going to be able to last on their platform. So I'm going to be able to start planning and optimizing everything in terms of my account health metrics from my Amazon store in 2025. Now, second to that, I'm going to be expanding my suppliers list as well. As you guys know, suppliers are a really, really big part of an Amazon business. If you don't have suppliers, then you basically don't have an Amazon business as well. So with more suppliers, with access to more inventory, more variations of products, I have more opportunity. So supplier A might have a gold variation of a water bottle, let's say, for example, but then supplier B might have like a pink variation. So you want to get exposure to as many different things as you possibly can. Don't ever just utilize one supplier with your Amazon business. Diversify, much like what you're doing with the 70-30 rule. You want to do the same exact thing with your suppliers that you're utilizing when you're sourcing from your Amazon business. Now, the last point that I will leave you all with is I will in fact be incorporating a lot more of AI and different AI elements and different AI tools that are coming about to work a little bit smarter with my Amazon business, automate certain redundant tasks. And again, it's just getting ahead of the curve. It's sink or swim at this point. We're in a revolution right now. We're in this phase where AI is at one of the highest levels that it's ever been at in terms of the amount of knowledge, the amount of complexity, the amount of things that it can be able to do. So there's no reason why you can't be able to do that with something like your own personal Amazon business as well, and incorporate different things like ChatGPT or Claude and utilize those different AI tools to be able to use it for certain other aspects like customer service or even product research for your Amazon business as well. So that basically wraps up this video here on my thoughts on what selling on Amazon is going to be like in 2025. Is it too saturated? Is it too competitive? And you can simply make it out to yourself. If you feel like you want to be part of, over 60% of Amazon's revenue, then obviously what you have to do, click the link below, apply to be a part of my mentorship program that's now helped over 600 people start and scale their brand new Amazon businesses completely from scratch. And even from that point, if you feel like you don't want to do that, then that's totally fine. You can still feel free to try to sell on Amazon on your own. It's a fairly simple process. Just again, when you don't got the right information, you're going to be wasting a lot of time and you're going to jump to the conclusion of thinking that selling on Amazon is in fact too saturated or too competitive. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please comment down below what was the most astonishing part of the statistics that I provided for you here in regards to selling on Amazon in 2025 and all the other stats that I gave you about 2023, 2024, and so on. And I'll see you guys in the next one.